Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Ben Granfelts YouTube experience number 12, I think. It's been a long break, but what can I do? I lost interest. Anyway, this year, 2023, is a special year for me. I will turn 60 years young, and I will release my 20th solo release, Gratitude, CD and vinyl, which is a tribute or my gratitude to Gary Moore, Jeff Beck and Robin Trower, probably the three most important guitar players for me when I started out playing guitar, and who've been constant in my album and CD library, and I followed everything they did. Obviously, we just recently lost the late, fantastically great Jeff Beck, which is a terrible shame. But instead of dwelling on how sad it is, I'd like to say that there's so much great music that he has released that we can listen to and feel great about that and feel happy about it. It's a huge influence to me, and you will hear it on the next album for sure. Other than that, my old band Guitar Slingers has reactivated. We released one song already called Memory Lapse. This is when you get old. Freedom Day, and you can check out the video here. And here's a little bit from it, just so you know what you're looking for.
We can stand as one. We can share the power of our music. This is some freedom day.
So that was Freedom Day with Guitar Slingers, and we've recorded one more track already, Boston's Amanda, which we've done since we started. We played it live, and we have a band version of it now. Sounds huge. The production is by Jimmy Westerlund, One Desire, and great guy, great guitar player, great producer, great sound engineer. He's doing exactly what we want, and I hope that by the end of the year we will have a lot more new stuff coming out, hopefully an album even. Or can I say an album, or should I say CD? Or should I say digital, whatever. And yeah, that's been a lot of fun. Apart from that, Drink Floyd is doing a lot of shows now, January, February in Finland. And March, April, I'm doing shows with my trio, Masa Mayan and Jari Salminen and moi. Doing the trio stuff because when the new Gratitude album comes out 16th of June, we will have a 4-piece band because we have a keyboard player on the album, Mika Aukio, young or uber talented, and it's going to be a slightly different concept to those gigs than the trio, which is so much jamming and free form. Apart from that, we have a 16-day tour booked in Germany with the full band, Mika Aukio included, in September, mid-September till beginning of October. After that, I will do a short tour of Finland, about 8-10 dates. And then we'll see. The summer is busy. We'll see. I hope that I could do something with Blue Granfelt Engelin. And we also have almost an album's worth of material already, not fully recorded, but drums and some of the guitar tracks and some bass tracks I've done. I have got to do vocals, I have to write lyrics, do vocals, and do my guitars, send them to Thomas who's doing his parts, then send them to Martin who's doing his parts, and yeah, and Tommy Fisher plays drums on that project. But anyway, it's like a full year coming up, and I think that every time I go on stage, I will think about Jeff Beck. That is the truth. Okay, let's go into some music. Oh yeah, guitar would be good, right? Okay, so what you just heard was a free version of a song called Gratitude from the new album. It's obviously a tribute to Jeff Beck, and as you can see, it says Jeff Beck right here. Now, those who really know that Jeff Beck never played with these guitars, but I always wanted to have a Jeff Beck Strat. So after he passed, I was thinking about out loud at home that, yeah, I'd really like to have a white Jeff Beck Strat just because I want one. You understand that? I want one. Not I need one, I want one. And my darling wife, Yassi, said, hey, what about my telly? We can sell that and buy a Jeff Beck Strat. And I'm like, ooh, you want to sell your great telly? Well, the truth is nobody plays it. I'm not a Telecaster guy. So I put it up for sale, and some of you saw that it was half hour up on Facebook and it was sold. So we got to buy a second-hand Jeff Beck Strat for a good price. And now we have one, and what better than not to play it. This is the first time I actually record anything or play it through my pedal board. And it's the Blue Amp 1 straight into Pro Tools and added delay and reverb from Pro Tools. And yeah, it feels great. It's a great guitar. We'll see if I play it live. Most probably yes. But the song in itself, Gratitude, is everything is played with the fingers and tremolo arm. And yeah, the tracks on the new album that are dedicated to Jeff Beck, there's 3 of them. They're all played with the fingers mostly to get that authentic Beck sound. And the way I recorded it, the original for the album is I didn't have any keyboards. I just sat down and I played. Yeah, this guitar coming out. So I just Okay, so what you just heard was a free version of a song called Gratitude from the new album. It's obviously a tribute to Jeff Beck, and as you can see, it says Jeff Beck right here. Now, those who really know that Jeff Beck never played with these guitars, but I always wanted to have a Jeff Beck Strat. So after he passed, I was thinking about out loud at home that, yeah, I'd really like to have a white Jeff Beck Strat just because I want one. You understand that? I want one. Not I need one, I want one. And my darling wife, Yassi, said, hey, what about my telly? We can sell that and buy a Jeff Beck Strat. And I'm like, ooh, you want to sell your great telly? Well, the truth is nobody plays it. I'm not a Telecaster guy. So I put it up for sale, and some of you saw that it was half hour up on Facebook and it was sold. So we got to buy a second-hand Jeff Beck Strat for a good price. And now we have one, and what better than not to play it. This is the first time I actually record anything or play it through my pedal board. And it's the Blue Amp 1 straight into Pro Tools and added delay and reverb from Pro Tools. And yeah, it feels great. It's a great guitar. We'll see if I play it live. Most probably yes. But the song in itself, Gratitude, is everything is played with the fingers and tremolo arm. And yeah, the tracks on the new album that are dedicated to Jeff Beck, there's 3 of them. They're all played with the fingers mostly to get that authentic Beck sound. And the way I recorded it, the original for the album is I didn't have any keyboards. I just sat down and I played. Yeah, this guitar coming out. So I just played the whole song through without keyboards, just imagining what the chords would be underneath. And then I gave the track to Mika Aukio, who did his magic. And voila, we have a track. So that was Gratitude from the upcoming album. And yeah, there's some changes in the guitar family here. This one obviously is new, and it seems to be working great. It stays in tune. The noiseless pickups, don't know yet if I'll keep them. I'm a big fan of the Klopman pickups, so we'll see, but it works fine, so no problem there. There's another new guitar which I can show you. Just a moment. I'm back. This is something built by the lovely people at TW Custom Guitars, Kauniainen. And I have, you remember that I have one Floyd Rose guitar that I found during Corona when I was cleaning up, and with Guitar Slingers I'm using only Floyd Rose guitars, which has been great. It's fun to play them, and they have a different sound, different touch. And I needed a spare guitar, so they built me this, and this is neck number 3, I think, that they've put it on. And the body is now, well, this natural color, but whenever we decide which neck is the best one, work best for me, we will decide on what color the guitar will be. It has a DiMarzio transition humbucker and 2 Klopman single coils and a dummy coil for the single coils. Great guitar. I just take a pic. Great guitar, plays well, and I'm using this and the other Floyd Rose guitar with Guitar Slingers. I think that now that the Pink Floyd gig starts, I will take my old 63 Strat and the Jeff Beck Strat with me. David Gilmour and Jeff Beck were friends, weren't they? So I can play the Beck Strat on a Gilmour show. Pedalboard wise, nothing is really new. It's still Amp 1 Mercury Edition with Guitar Slingers. It's the Iridium, and I'm planning on working on to get together a stereo board, because I like to play in stereo. With Drink Floyd I don't need it, but with Guitar Slingers and my own band I kind of like the stereo thing. Yeah, that's about it. I have one kind of guitar exercise thing or philosophy of practicing that I have that I'd like to show you in just a moment. We'll be back after this break. Okay, here we are. Practice tip. I don't practice technique almost at all, actually not at all. I don't sit down and try to learn a pattern with my pick to become faster. I gave that up a long time ago. Maybe because I don't have the patience, but mostly because I'm not interested. I want to enjoy the music that I'm playing, or create music all the time I play. And one way that I practice or play, this is a tip of how to get better. I think the most important things of playing is touch and feel. Technique is of course important, but it's not as important as touch and feel. And if you can make 3 notes sound good with bad technique, well, that sounds, to me, it's more music than 55 notes with great technique. Personal taste, of course. I've set up a sound now with a slight slap back and some reverb, and I'm just gonna show how I develop a little thing into something bigger. I may maybe change some sounds, but I try to keep the momentum going of just improvising and working on getting touch and getting the notes to come out different dynamics, a lot of dynamics, from soft to loud to ugly to beautiful, whatever is in between. And what I do when I come to my rehearsal room is I just pick up the guitar, I have my pedal boards, this great sound here, 2 speakers in stereo, I can play fairly loud, nobody complains except my head or my ears. And yeah, this is the way I go about practicing, and I urge you to try to find a way of making your practicing into music, or so that it feels like you're playing music. That's very important. So here we go. Not always good, but it was a lot of fun. So I urge you to explore your inner self and jam with yourself a lot. See you next time.